Hey guys, I'm going to make a video today talking about the biggest problem with print on demand currently. Okay? So the biggest problem is more than obvious to me, and it's really more than obvious to you guys too. And unfortunately, one day or another, we're all going to have to face the reality. And to be honest, the past few days, I've been consuming some YouTube content, but I couldn't help to notice the same style of video that kept appearing in my feed. And at the end of the day, if these type of videos keep appearing in my feed and I'm keep thinking about them, then that means there's something that could potentially happen. And it's something that, honestly, I'm awake to, and it's really important to me. And so I figured I'd share it. You guys know that Redbubble, TeePublic, Teespring, Zazzle, I could just list a million different platforms. Merch by Amazon, Cafe Press, and I could just list so much more, but all these platforms have one thing in common. We don't own the platform. Now, you guys have heard me say this before. And you guys heard me say that a way to battle the fact that you don't own this platform, what you can do is you can diversify. You can create multiple stores on these platforms. Just in case if one store gets banned, then you might have others access to, assuming that they didn't ban all of your stores. You can diversify between platform to platform, so you can have, let's say, designs on TeePublic, designs on Redbubble, designs on Zazzle. You can even try to save your designs in some sort of flash drive or hard drive, just in case if anything gets removed, you still have access to your content. But, I've gotten this comment, and I've seen this happen to other people, even on Etsy, where after years of hard work, people are losing their accounts. And to be 100% honest and frank with you guys, it's really no big deal if you lose your account after a day or two, or you lose your account after a month. But imagine years of work. Imagine years of income. Imagine years of just hours and hours of countless nights put into something, and then it just disappears. Where you can't actually control for that. You can't put your finger on it. You can't say no. And when it disappears, it was as if it was never there. It was as if you were never there to build it. It was as if the company that saw you build it completely neglects you and forgets about you, as if you never existed. The unfortunate thing, guys, is that this is probably happening to people, not probably, guaranteed to happen on a daily basis. And there's a YouTuber that I was watching just the other day, because I was inspired by his content. His name is RJ Martinez, and he was removed off of Etsy. Shout out to him. And that video really caught my attention because he was talking about in the video how bummed out he was, how demotivated he was, and how much it hurt him, and how much time he spent. And, I have Etsy stores myself, and I create income from Etsy myself. But it really puts into perspective what it feels like. And I'll be honest, guys. For me, I wouldn't know really what to think if I was in his position. After putting that much work into my Etsy stores, if the same thing happened to me. Maybe you guys can feel the same way. Like I said, it's different when you actually have a business that's actually succeeding and pushing and moving forward, and then it just disappears. And like I said, we've talked about different remedies for this. We've talked about different ideas for this where maybe you can diversify, you can create different stores here and there. You can, set up different platforms. You can be on different platforms. We can diversify our energy to different platforms. But at the end of the day, even that is still not a solution. And the reason why this caught my attention is because just the few days ago, the other day, it was Chili Verity commented, and she said that, do you think print on demand is a hedge financially to the way that the world is kind of collapsing right now, and how schools are not teaching us to be successful or to be self-sufficient, but to depend on the system? And I actually said, no, I don't think it's a hedge. And the reason why I don't think so is because at the end of the day, we don't hold the rights. And I think that should hit every single one of us. When I say that, guys, and when I heard other people say that, that hit me. Even though I knew that it was completely true, it just gave me that shock to remind me of the truth, the reality. And the reality is that I can't blind myself to the truth. I can't step away from the truth because the truth is there and it does exist. And if I choose to blind myself from the truth, well, then I'm truly just making a decision at that point to be ignorant on purpose. Because the reality is that this stuff is happening to people every single day. It's happening to people with low amounts of sales, but it's happening to people with a lot of sales and a lot of work. And if you guys could just imagine building a house. Imagine spending all those hours setting up the foundation, mixing the cement, mixing the concrete, pouring it in the cinder block, setting the foundation. After you set the foundation, you get the pressure treated lumber, you put it on the foundation. Now you start framing a house, right? You start putting up the framing, you get the studs set up, you learn the codes of the area so that you build to code. You start putting the house wrap on, the plywood on, not in that order, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. You get the siding, you put the roof up, you get the trusses for the roof, you get it all set up, you get the piping in the house, you do everything. And then after it's all completed and it's starting to look like a house now, and you're at the very last part where you just, connected to the water line or whatever the case may be, somebody comes in with a bulldozer and just blows it all to shambles, blows it all to dust. I can't imagine how frustrated somebody would be. I can't imagine the type of experience, the amount of abuse that person would feel at that moment. I can't imagine that. So with that being said, there has to be something that we all could do about this. And there is a solution. Believe it or not, there is a solution. The solution is, point blank period, to own your own platform, to own your own website. The reason why this is a solution is because at the end of the day, every single one of these platforms could ban you. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure there are people out there that every single platform has banned them. Now, there are reasons why people get banned. I'm not saying that we're completely innocent. But the reality is when you're on this platform, you're treated guilty without any kind of warning, without any kind of strike. You're treated guilty in these kind of ways. Now, I'm just saying, straight up, point blank period, that yes, we should, at the end of the day, become truly self-sufficient. Now, I'm not saying we should throw these platforms to the side or to the curb. There is a benefit to be on these platforms. But at the end of the day, you're at their mercy. You're at their control. And if they want to remove you, they can remove you. They don't have to send you a sorry letter. They don't have to do that, and that's the crazy thing. So there really is only one solution. There is only one solution. And the reality is we're going to have to either face this now, or we're going to have to face it later when they do something about us. And sometimes you can be completely innocent, and something will happen to your account. That is the truth. That is the reality, and that is the sad reality. And the reality, I think, also is that there is something to be said for these platforms. Don't get me wrong. There is a benefit to be on these platforms. You can learn what works and what doesn't and what people enjoy buying. And there's a lot of things to these platforms that you can learn about. But there has to be something said for becoming truly self-reliant, off the grid, if you will, in a metaphorical sense, right? Where you're not connected to these big conglomerates, where you can choose to produce for yourself the way you want to. Now, something I'm going to be completely honest, guys, is it's going to take a lot of commitment. It's going to take a lot of effort, and more importantly, it's going to take a lot of dedication, because it's no easy task, and it's a patient task. And what I mean by patient is you're going to have to be extremely patient if you decide to go off the grid. If you decide to, step off the virtual grid of TeePublic, Redbubble, Merch by Am, any of these platforms, Etsy even, if you decide to step off that grid and you step inside your own platform, your own website, you're going to be taking a whole different kind of journey. A journey that, I'm going to keep it real, might be expensive in the beginning, might be pricey. But if you can get through that journey, if you can get past that part, your future could change forever. And I'll explain what I mean by that, because at that point, You're not building a print-on-demand business. You're building a company. You're building a legitimate business that you have to take into consideration every aspect of your business. And this is a journey that I'm going to be going on here publicly on YouTube. Now, I have set up a few of these stores before, and I've sold some of them, and I actually still have 2 up today live, bringing me passive income. But I haven't done it in a while. And when I say a while, it's been a few years. I want to get back onto that horse. I want to get back onto that train. The only thing is that it's going to take some time to get there. And so I want this video to be a preparation guide, a video for everybody to be aware that change is coming. Change is coming for this YouTube channel. Change is coming for the content. Now, it's not coming soon, but it is coming. It might come in a matter of months. It might come in a matter of weeks, but it's coming, and it's on its way. So I figured I'd just share that information. I shared this video because I'll be honest, this is something on my mind. It's something that I've been thinking about, and I've been thinking about it deeply, and it has kept me awake a few nights. The reason why I say that is because, guys, the more time I invest into something, the more I expect it to pay off. And at the end of the day, I've gotten to a point in my, I guess you could call it career, where I'm just online hustling, right? Online passive income business building, where I want to get paid off for the things that I do. I want to get paid for the time that I put. But I don't want it to be at the mercy of another individual. Okay? Now, there are benefits to this. There are benefits to stepping away from these big platforms. But there are also benefits to staying on these platforms. And we got to make a video on that too, where we expose the pros and the cons. But I just figured, I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart here. And I just figured I'd share this video because this has really been, keeping me awake at night. So I figured I'd just share that. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.